if you don't mind, in the back, like if you don't mind shutting that door, somebody please, thank you. This is a meeting of the Full Ways and Means Committee. We've got 3 matters that we need to take care of. Chairman Knight, House Bill 399.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to present for the committee House Bill 399. Actually, it's committee substitute reading off of LC 343814S. This bill is actually, it's simple, but it's not simple. What has happened is this bill reinforces that a local government cannot point to an undefined term in the aviation code to make a jump to be able to levy a non-taxable interest, and that's what happened. If you'll notice on lines 20 of the bill and 21, you see the term possessory, and that's what it was. That's an undefined term in Georgia code. And what was happening was actually it's 2 local governments were using this undefined term to go ahead and to assess a non-taxable interest, which is a usufruct in this case. And all this bill does is simply take that undefined term out. I've tried to look everywhere else to make sure that there was no support for this, and I can't. And members of this committee, I'll remind you that we're very particular about what we do with our tax legislation, and items that deal with ad valorem tax should be under section under 48.5, and all we're doing is clarifying this, and that is the bill, Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry. Representative Martin has a question. No, it's a scratch. Seeing no further questions, what's the will of the committee?
Move to pass.
Move to pass and second. A motion has been made and passed, and seconded, I'm sorry, that House Bill 399 do pass. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That bill passes. Thank you. House Bill 211, Chairman Benton. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 211, it's a substitute, and it would simply remove excise tax from motor fuel that is bought and paid for by school systems for a period of 2 years from July 13 to June of 15.
Questions of the author? Representative Martin, you have a question.
Just to the gentleman, if I could, I don't object per se to the document, but what we're doing is we're not charging a government entity a tax that we take in the state and we reappropriate. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear anything that you said.
Basically, what we're doing here is we're taking the tax on a particular entity.
That's correct.
I only, at this point, would raise the question that if the state is building a road in the county, they're paying sales tax to the contractor and department of inspections is paying tax, and in some cases, if there's an East loss in place, the counties and the school system are charging the state a tax that's going straight into their coffers. So I would hope we look at legislation to remove that tax as well.
Okay.
Because the government entity taxing another government.
Any further questions by members of the committee? No more questions. What's the pleasure of the committee? Do pass as a second. Do pass in a second. All in favor of House Bill 211, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The bill passes. If you all can...
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hang with me one more minute. We've got copies of a bill that's en route for Representative Peake. Hopefully be here very, very shortly. I think all the members have a copy of the substitute to House Bill 272, LC 3767S. Representative Peake.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, I apologize for throwing this back at you quick, but for the members of the subcommittee, you'll remember that we discussed this. This is the angel investor tax credit, which is basically just extending the, this is HB 272, extended the tax credit for the angel investor program for another 2 years and lowered the maximum credit allowable in those extra 2 years from $10 million to $5 million per year to make sure we were dealing with budgetary issues. When it got to big committee, we had a substitute for 272, which was the IRC update. That was what went to Rules Committee. We did that because of some issues that were going on over in the Senate when they were dealing and making some changes to the original 266, which was the IRC update. We believe we're on a path to getting those issues resolved, and so therefore 272, this bill, was sent back to this committee to put the original language that was in the original bill, and that's what I'm asking you to consider today. Basically an extension of the angel investor tax credit for 2 more years.
Any questions of members of the committee of the author of the bill? Seeing none, what's the committee's pleasure? Do pass. Is there a second? Do pass and second. All those in favor of the bill say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, members of the committee, for your indulgence.